Welcome everybody to another great episode of Brutally Honest. It's your boy Stitches MVC. I gave you the chance so you could introduce yourself. Last week you was like, nah, you call me Simba. You call me Simba. You know what my name is. All right,
Bruto Keith. Oh. It's Bruto Keith. You ain't got to say it. I'm going to say it.
Acting like Kevin Durant. You know who Kevin. You know who my name is. You know who I am, right?
Right.
How's everybody doing? Now today we're actually going to be talking about something very inspirational. We're going to generalize, especially when it deals with our own general life, even relationships as well. We're going to talk about support and belief. You know, the differences in them, because a lot of people believe that they go hand in hand. Yes, some cases, yes, they can go hand in hand, but not all the time. Not majority of the time. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about as far as rivalries. But how was everybody's weekend? Did y'all enjoy the Avengers? I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to ruin. It took me like 2 weeks for me to get a ticket, but my son was on me. He wanted to see it. He wanted to see me. But you know what? Something happened in that movie, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to spoil it for everybody, right? But something happened in that movie that my son jumped up, and he was like, whoa, Dad, did you get to see that? And just that moment, I could have paid $500 for those tickets, and it would have been worth it. I had a great time. I don't know if you got to see it or anything like that.
No, I did, man.
So we're going to actually talk about as far as support versus belief. And I want to know exactly what is it that you guys feel about that. What is it that you guys consider support? We all know what belief is. Okay, yeah, they believe in you. But do you believe that they believe in you if they don't support you? And vice versa. Do you feel like because they support you, like for an example, they click like, comment, share on your stuff, things like that. Do you think because they support you, does that mean that they believe in you? You know, we're going to get into that. We're going to talk about rivalries. But I want to ask you guys as far as, have you put yourself on airplane mode yet? They're like, what? I'm asking you guys, have you put yourself on airplane mode yet? Now, this is what I mean, airplane mode to focus. A lot of times, like even today, you know, we got our show on Tuesdays and things like that. And, you know, sometimes I get affected by things that go out throughout my day. Sometimes, you know, I said like the times that when you're trying to be on good, trying to be on the right path and things, that's the time when you're going to get the most temptation. So with that, a lot of times, I actually just disconnect myself from the world. Like I would put my phone on just airplane mode just so I can focus, just so I can fall back, just so that I can observe, just so I can look back at the whole picture, the path, the diagram, the blueprint, the design, and see if there's needs to be any adjustments made, you know. And that's what I mean. Have you put yourself on airplane mode yet? A lot of times, most of us, we go through a lot of headaches, a lot of drama, a lot of things that we get influenced and affected by from our family, friends, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, if you guys are married and things like that. That it's good for us to actually just disconnect ourselves and be like, you know what? I need time for myself. I need me time. You feel me? Now, you know, I am sweating because this dude Keith, he comes into the crib and he puts the AC to 45 degrees. And I'm like, bro.
Listen,
bro.
I hear you, Stitch. And you're right. I do lower the temp. It is kind of hot in here, guys. So I do lower the temperature. I don't know if Stitch mentioned it, but we got equipment in here. You know, it's
They're
lights.
Soft lights, bro.
Okay. I feel it.
Man, a lot of people will be like, oh, that's just Keith still getting nervous. No, it's not nervous. It's excitement.
Nervous. Yeah, there you go.
See the behind the scenes holding up and things like that. So when I say support versus belief, and how a lot of times they don't go hand in hand. Now this conversation started when we had the Entrepreneur Edition. Man, we was talking as far as support, and a lot of people feel like because they're not supported, all of a sudden it's like they don't believe in themselves. It's like a lot of times, a lot of us, we tend to need that support for validation as far as like, is it what we're doing worth it? When at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do for yourself. You know, I seen a video of Nipsey about last week, and he said something that he read in a book. He was like, would you rather be at war with yourself and at peace with the world, or would you rather be, you know, at peace with yourself and at war with the world? And it's like, which one would you rather choose? And it's it's almost common sense. Like, no, you would rather be at peace with yourself and at war with the world, because at least you can still go home and lay your head down, you know? So when I'm talking about as far as how support versus belief, you know? And I was talking to Keith after that episode, and I was like, we got into a conversation, and you was like, but do you feel like it's support if they don't like, comment, and share? And like I was telling Keith, as far as like, you know, like a lot of us, you know, we expect, did you like, did you comment, did you share, or did you repost and all this and all that, did you double click? And it's like, yo, like, I'm not even on Facebook or on Instagram like that. And when I am, I go in, I do what I gotta do, and then I'm logging out. And a lot of times we take that personal. A lot of times we would send a message to somebody, like on Messenger, we see that they read it and they don't respond, and now all of a sudden we feel like they just blatantly ignored us, as if we were talking to them face to face. Like, so many things can happen, so many things can be miscommunicated, misconstrued. Like, for example, maybe they opened it and they read it, but they really didn't even read it. They was just pressing button. Maybe it was even their kids or something like that. And we taking things personal. Did you like, comment, or share? Is that really support? And I told Keith, like, to me, them believing in me is more important. And you're like, bro, do they really believe in you? They don't like, comment, and share.
And not for nothing, I mean, you even brought up the example about your homies back up north in New York. Yeah, like they don't even have social media, but they still know about what you're doing, and in their own way, you know, maybe they can't like, comment, share, but they're in their own way, they're still supporting you. Like you said, you know, one of your boys hit you up like, yo, you know, I don't really be on social media, but I hear you doing your thing. Keep it up, bro. Like, and that right there, I think, like you said, that falls more under belief. Like, he believes in what you're doing, even if he can't physically, you know, go on and support you by clicking a like or a comment or sharing what we're doing.
But, and that's the thing, like, and then, but that, when I experienced that, because, you know, I've been doing music for over a decade now, so it's not just about the show, I'm talking from my own personal life. A lot of times, like, even when I started doing music, like, I was one of these people, like, yo, check out this verse, yo, check out this song, like, look, it's good, right? Like, it's good, right? It's fire, it's fuego, right? Like, like, and I'm like, wait a minute, like, who am I doing the music for? You know, like, even now, people will be like, we're talking about supporting belief, people will come up to me like, yo, wow, you're still doing music? And it's like, and that's what I mean as far as the understanding. Like, they feel like I have to, like, kind of, like, break it down. Like, listen, like, that's the love of my life. I'm not going to stop doing it. But a lot of times we feel like, why don't you support, man? It's like, what are you giving them to support when you're so inconsistent? So if you're not taking yourself serious, how can you expect them to take you serious? You know, like I had told you, like I texted you today, like we're going to briefly talk about this, when I was like, if you don't keep your crib clean, if you don't keep your car clean, like, how do you expect for somebody to feel like you keep your body clean?
Facts. Like, and I commented on that because, you know, my mom always taught me cleanliness is next to godliness, and that's what I put.
So you believe in that statement?
I do. Wholeheartedly.
Wholeheartedly? But what if it, like, she got kids or like in her car, is like in the back seat is always a mess, but the front seat and the passenger, that she keeps it clean?
I mean, honestly, if you have kids, that's something that you have to deal with on a day-to-day. Now, as far as, you know, you having kids, if they spilling juice in the back seat, but the front and the front looks perfect, but you still got the juice stains and your car's dirty. You got to get that clean. Now, if you got some Legos or maybe a doll or whatever your kid's favorite toy is when you get in the car that you can give them so that they're not screaming or, you know, being a distraction, then I can understand having a toy or something just sitting in the seat or laid out in the back. But to have, like, snacks and crumbs and stuff like that, to me, that's dirty. You know, that's going to cause bugs or anything else, and it's not going to smell good after a while either. Especially in this Florida heat. So
is that why you put the AC to 40 degrees?
Listen, man, it's nice in here right now. I still get a little sweat.
Do you guys think that support and belief goes hand in hand? Yes or no? Keith, what do you think as far as do they go hand in hand?
I think most people want it to. And what I mean by that is I think most people they want you to believe in them, but they also want you to support them also. And I mean, it's not just something I'm thinking. I reached out to a few people, asked a couple of people what they thought about it, and that was sort of a general response that I got back at the initial question was, well, both. I want them both. And I'm like, okay, but what if, for whatever reason, they're unable to do one? What if they're unable? Which one would you take more? Which one would you choose? And a lot of people said that they would rather have them believe in them.
Okay.
It was like, because if they believe in me, I'm not going to need support. I'm going to support myself. It's going to motivate me to push myself even harder because I know that I got people believing in what I'm doing. So I might not need the support because I'm pushing myself so much harder. And I was like, you know what? I like that answer, but I disagree. And I mean,
so you would choose the support?
I would.
Okay.
And here's the reason why, and I'm going to break it down like this. Because after talking about it and having a conversation, I looked it up. First off, support is when you give assistance, when you actually do something, you actually help, whether it's financially, whether it's clicking like, comment, share, you're actually doing something with support. When it's belief, it's more off of trust, faith, confidence in someone or something. So it's like, if I believe in you, I'm just saying it. Like, you can feel it through my energy.
But you don't feel like there's no really way to actually prove it? So it's like, how do you know if it's being real or fake?
And see, well, you can fall in that existence. But the reason why I'm going to say I would prefer the support is because I believe in myself. And it's sort of like the opposite for me. I already believe in myself, but I may not have all the means to get to my dream. I might need a stepping stone. I might need an extra hand. I might need somebody, because you know they say it's not what you know, but it's who you know, right? So I might need that networking person to support me where they can actually give me some help to get me in a direction that I already believe I'm going in.
I understand.
So that was just my point of view. What would you rather have?
I would rather have belief.
The belief?
Yeah, because the support is like, just like how Chris said. Thank you for commenting. People we don't know will support us before the ones we know. Okay. And I'm glad that you brought that up, because it's like, we had True, Notorious True out here. He was actually the models when we had VMS here, and he actually broke it down for us after the show. The conversation we had after the show was phenomenal.
Yeah, I wish we would have caught that on camera.
But we're actually going to recap it in the Orlando Fashion Challenge. I already got it all set up, so then for that, that's going to be next month. But like he said, that was a good surprise, right? People we don't know will support us before the ones we know. Yes, in order to support someone, you need to believe in them. If it's not fake support. Listen, I'm a very understanding person, and the reality is, just because you don't like, comment, and share, I don't need you to like, comment, or share. Especially when you're talking about the people that you don't know will support you faster than the ones that you do know. At the end of the day, once you believe in yourself, this is what I'm talking about, belief first, because I feel like it starts with belief. Because he said, if it's not fake support, like I go on Instagram and all of this, like I got people that work my social media and they like and they comment and they share people's stuff. Like I'm like, be engaging. But is that really support? So I am leaning more to the side that if it's true support, you have to believe in them first. But what do I prefer? I'm going to choose the belief, because after the belief, the support will follow through it. But to explain, why is it that the people closest to us are the last ones to support us? Because it's like, if you're an artist and you're painting this picture, and Keith is right here, and he's seeing me painting, and he's seeing me making this line, and he's like, yo, why are you making that line for? Like, what is it that you're doing? Like, I don't get it. You're messing it up. Because he's so close to me. He can't see the bigger picture. Like, if somebody's out there looking at it and they see the same line, now they're like, oh, he working on the shadow now. Oh, I see what he doing. You know what? I like that guy. You're right next to me with the example. You're like, you don't know what you're doing. Whatever. Like, you should just put that pen down. This ain't for you. This ain't for you.
And you know what? I agree. And breaking it down like that, I mean, that's a great example or analogy for you to take a look at it.
It is. And that opened up my eyes, man.
But what Chris mentioned about the people that you don't know will support you more than the people that do. One of the things I want to bring up is the little fundraiser thing Facebook has that everybody seems to be putting down when it's their birthday. Oh, put a fundraiser to help out, whatever, right?
That's similar to a bum in the street with his cup asking for change.
Maybe even worse. To be honest, if you ask me, it's even worse on social media.
I mean, if you need it, you need it. I ain't knocking. If you need it, you need it. But
exactly.
if you're trying to get your nails done, or if you're trying to, put rims on your car, no.
But just to agree with him on that, when you have those things, most of the people that actually hit you up through those fundraisers are the people that you never even met. You're just Facebook friends. Y'all never met in person. They like your pictures. They might think you cute or attractive. Whatever their reason, they might just go, you know what he asked? I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. Whatever the case may be. Why? Because like you said, from the outside, they see in a different picture. But they're supporting you. Either way, whether that's the person reaching in their pocket to give you something, those are the ones that are going to support you, that are actually going to benefit whatever cause you may be trying to donate to. Whereas your family, they're going to send you that happy birthday note, and that's all you're going to get.
I feel you. I'm with that. Press 1 if y'all watching this live. 2 if it's a replay. 3 if y'all want to shout out. If y'all share. 4 if you're a new viewer. Thanks, Chris. Barty, Brandy, Tanisha, Danny, thank y'all all for tuning in, and everybody else that's watching that's too scared to comment. Just keeping it brutally honest, let's be honest about that. But listen, man, there has to be a balance as well, because I feel like if you support people too much, some people, not all, some people will treat you like a fan.
And that's funny that you say that.
Chuckle.
Yeah.
I know why you chuckle.
Well, yeah, because, and I mean, we've discussed this, but I'm gonna say it live on Facebook, straight up. There are some people out there that are demanding support. And what I mean by that is not that you have to do this or that, no, it's they want you to support them the way they want you to support them. It's not a, hey, did you go on and like my show? It's, did you put at least one comment? Did you share it? I'm going to go on your page and I'm going to double check. If you didn't share it, I'm going to come back at you and I'm going to check you. Like straight up. That's what's going to happen. Did you do it? It's like,
I liked it, man. I was busy.
Like,
now you're giving them an explanation. Like, no.
It's like, bro, I know you. I know who you are. And I don't mean to point a gesture at you like it was you, but it's like, I know you. I know what your movement is. I know what you're doing. I believe in you. But I can't always do everything that you ask me to do, man. I can't, I work. I have kids, stuff like, I can't just show up at shows. I can't just be there when you need me to. I can't do what you're asking me to. And
you push people away by being like that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it goes from me being supportive to now,
I don't even want to mess with you no more. Whatever. I used to be supportive. It used to be sincere. I used to support you from the heart. I used to want to support you, but now I feel like you're giving me an order now. Like now I feel like, wait a minute. Now I work for you.
Or like you never even appreciated what I did do.
And that's what I mean. Like in the beginning, it's sincere until they start to insist. That's when you open up your eye and you be like, wait a minute. Bro, I support you, but don't get it confused like I'm a fan or something like that. And that to me feels like they just don't even appreciate it. So if they don't appreciate it, what you need to do is cut it off and remove yourself from the situation. So for me, like you got a lot of energy, and I feel like this is personal for you.
I mean, slightly, but. This show is inspirational and motivational and stuff like that. And I take the advice we give as well. I practice what we preach. And what you're saying right now, I agree with you. Because, like I said, I feel like the efforts that I did put wasn't appreciated. I feel like because I didn't do what they wanted me to do and only did what I could, like, they took that for granted.
Yes.
Like, and what you said is the best thing. Cut it off. So that's what I'm going to do. Straight up.
Wait a minute. What are you ripping up, bro? Like,
bro, this right here is something that
we used to support until they started treating us like we were
When we first had our support and get supported,
why are you giving pro out here? Bro, this ain't no promotion shirt. Or you proving the point?
We supported we support it.
So if they don't appreciate you support, you cut it off.
Cut it off. Straight up, done.
Just like that. Because at the end of the day, if they don't appreciate you, you need to know what your value is. You need to know what your worth is. And a lot of people, they don't understand. A lot of times, it's like Keith said, they'll take it for granted. So it's like, if you feel like you're being unappreciated, if you feel like you're being abused, if you feel like you're taking advantage of it, you feel like you're just being used, period, because you got a certain amount of following, and yo, can you repost this or put this on my timeline or on your stories? And wait a minute. There's a fee for that. Straight up. If I'm not doing it because I want to do it, then nah. If you come at me a certain way, like, yo, Stitch, I got an event coming up, I would like your alright, cool. And especially if we messed for in the past, but if you're coming out the woodworks, out the blue, and you've never even engaged with me, and all of a sudden you just sending me a flyer and put repost, I'm not going to even open that message. Straight up. Now, at the end of the day, you got to do what it is that you got to do. We spoke about, would you rather prove them wrong or prove yourself right? And I was always like, you got to prove yourself right, because at the end of the day, the haters ain't even going to be there, because at the end of the day, they was just hating on you just to hate on you. So now you did something to prove them wrong, and now you're coming up to them, and they're not even there anymore, unless they are
rivals.
And that's what Keith responded to that, and I definitely want you to break that down for me, bro.
No, basically what I was saying in regards to that is, sometimes, you know, when people know that you on top of your game, you on top of your ish, like, and you were saying that's when they fall back and they leave you alone. And when I said unless they're your rivals, what I meant by that is sometimes we have known competition, like, you know, sports, you know, keeping up with the Joneses, maybe that type of stuff. It's like we know about that, right? We know it's a competition, fitness, stuff like that. But then we also have what I call unknown or silent competition. Those people that envy us and the ones that are jealous of what you have. And they're not in your face, they're not telling you this, but behind your back, they're like, man, he got that brand new car. You know what?
I'm about to kid.
Yeah. Or not even. That one is just like, you know what? I've been driving this car for 1 year. I still got 6 years left on my loan. I'm going to refinance it. I'm going to go get another car too.
Because of what they got.
Because of what they got.
So now you dig yourself in the hole.
So now you think you one-upping them by trying to go above your means to show that you're better than somebody, or that you're the one on top because of the envy of what they're doing and what they got going on, or the jealousy, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So that's why when you had said it, I'm like, nah, because you still got those silent haters out there. You still got those people that's going to smile in your face and stab you in your back, or try to talk you down to make themselves look better. Okay. I don't get why that is. First off, I don't know why anybody feels like they have to put somebody else down to make themselves look better. If you look good, you just look good. Don't matter what somebody else look like, right? It just is what it is. Get your game up. Now, the other thing I'm going to mention with that, though, is because I mentioned the known being, you know, competition and stuff like that, is life is a competition. Like, and there are certain rivalries that you're going to have. You might have a nemesis, somebody you've known for a long time, and they've been just in the background hating on you.
Okay, now that I say that I don't believe that. I do believe that's true, but I don't believe that they are your competition. I feel like your biggest competition is yourself, and it's your subconscious. That's what I truly believe as far as my own personal opinion. I feel like the biggest competition that you're going to have is yourself. Now, a lot of people, like, your biggest motivators who should be your haters. You know, like, you would agree with that. I don't agree with that, because at the end of the day, I don't even see the haters anymore, because they always going to be there. And what I mean by that is, like, I go throughout my day fighting with myself, telling myself, no, you are good. No, you are doing better. No, you can do this. And I'm fighting with my own demons. And now I'm going to open up my ears to everybody else putting me down too. I'm not with that. So at the end of the day, there's nothing. And I'm going to say this. There is nothing that anybody out there can tell me that I haven't told myself. You can't hurt my feelings. I've already destroyed them. I've already repaired them, and I've already grown from them. everything, of course not. That would be ignorant and naive to say. But I've gone through this process that I'm like, anybody who hates on me and everything, I don't need the validation. I don't even care about that. What you did say was you just like the absentee father can be your greatest motivator in life.
Oh, yeah.
I completely agree with that, but we're going to talk about that during the Fashion Challenge, which is May 17th, May 18th, and May 19th. It's a 3-day event on Orlando Fashion Square Mall. That's 3201 East Colonial Drive. 32803 is the zip code. Make sure y'all register for that one. So that's what I mean as far as I don't care about the hate and all of that, because people are going to hit on you anyway. You're going to have these silent supporters, deacon, right? Whatever. It is what it is. You can't control that, Keith.
No.
So if you can't control that, why worry about it?
Well, here's maybe not necessarily worry, but here's what I'm going to say to that, because you mentioned the only person you really are competing with is yourself. Here's what I want to say, not to disagree with that, because I do agree with you, but to add in is sometimes rivalry isn't bad. Sometimes it's good to have a competition. It can make you a better person.
Yeah.
It can be healthy. And what I mean by that is, and giving an example, is like when I go to the gym. You know, I go with somebody I work out with or whatever. We push each other. Like if I'm lifting more weights or doing more reps than him, I'm like, come on, bro, get it, like get there. Like, if we on the same level, we're going to motivate each other. I'm going to push him and vice versa. So sometimes it is rivalry because I don't want him to think he can lift more than I can. So
that's ego, though.
Well, yeah, and that plays a part in it. But what I mean is it can also be healthy because there's certain challenges with it.
Well, everything is balanced, bro.
Yeah.
Life is balanced. So maybe a little bit of ego here and there, that can be healthy as far as the example that you're saying. Now, I agree with it. It feels like in sports, if we're playing ball, we're playing on one-on-one. You know how I go down, right? Oh, nah, I can't let him. Like, I don't care if he's beating me 16 zip. I got to get myself at least 5 points. He ain't leaving me on nilch. Like, you feel me? So I understand that, but I'm talking about more like in your own personal life, with your own goals, with your own belief, with the things that you really want to do with your life. Okay. Just because somebody else is doing it, you don't have to feel like you got to be at their pace. We all got a different blueprint. We all have different times where we're supposed to be doing something if you're putting in the work. You can't just sit back and wait for it to let it happen for you. No, you actually have to be aware of it and actually go and get it.
And one of the things just to add into that is this, and it goes along with the competing with yourself topic, is just do better tomorrow than you did today. Whatever that may be. If you just push yourself to be a better person tomorrow than you are today, or a better person today than you were yesterday,
yeah, man,
then you're gonna be on a path of success, and that's gonna get you more than any haters or anything else that anybody else can throw at you.
No, I agree with that. I mean, there's really nothing more I can say to that. You know, I don't want to rebuttal you because everything you just said, you know, I agree with, and we are trying to inspire, motivate, and encourage other people to do better for themselves. So I concur with everything you said. You know, I have this love letter project that I'm going to be releasing in 7 months, and I'm actually giving people the link to it, which is already uploaded on YouTube. It's a private link, and you would only get access to that project if you guys purchase one of the shirts. That's what I'm doing as far as the incentives on that. Now, this 30 seconds, you know, that whole love letter project is about my life. Every single song, it's true story. It's actually how I went through it, you know, and I'm actually eventually it's actually gonna turn out to be a movie. Oops, I spoiled the big surprise, you know, but things like that. But next week, you know, you guys purchase the shirts, holla at us. I definitely got you as the better material now, upgraded. Everything is upgraded, guys. I mean, y'all can see how we look now. No, not how good I look. I'm talking about the quality of the pictures. You know, it's always about upgrading and investing in yourself. Now, next week we're gonna talk about, Keith, why is it that now just because you got a girl we can't chill anymore? Now you got a girl, now we can't even be friends. Why is it that when people get into a relationships, their previous friendships have to fade away? And then when the relationship, if, you know, let's hope it does, but if it doesn't work out, now they want to go back into the circle as if nothing ever changed. Bro, it's been a year. It's been 2 years. Like, where you been? This is not even the chill spot anymore. You feel me? So my question is that why do you feel that friendship change after you get into a relationship? Let's keep going talk about.
That's interesting. Well, one of the things, what I'm actually going to talk about next week, and it's actually interesting. Do you know what today is?
Tuesday, brutally honest, 7:30.
It is. It's Tuesday, brutally honest. But
last day of April.
That too. Yeah, okay. And a lot of you may not know this either. I mean, if you take out your phones and you Google what holidays are today, it actually show up. Today is actually National or World Honesty Day.
Wow, it's a holiday for us. Where's the champagne?
We'll get that.
You're a bad host.
Listen.
Ain't bring nothing.
Either way, it's a holiday.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like a holiday.
Well, I mean, we can celebrate it. We'll get the champagne after the show. Don't worry about that. But what I'm going to talk about is,
ladies, if y'all want to pass through, come through. I ain't popping no champagne with no dude. But anyway, what you saying?
You gotta throw in disclaimers.
I have to.
Well, what I mean by that is today is National Honesty Day. Tomorrow to be National whatever day. Every single day of the calendar, it appears there's something to celebrate. So what I'm going to be talking about next week is celebrate your wins. Celebrate every day that you can. Whatever the holiday is, celebrate. Make yourself happy. And I'm going to dive into that a little bit more. Tune in. You got something for him, Stitch?
I would say celebrate that you woke up and that you're breathing. That's the reason to celebrate every day right there. But anything else that I have to say, we're going to save it till next week. Now, definitely. Next week we're going to talk about that. And to end the show, guys, I got to keep it real because I ain't trying to mislead you. I just want to take you out and feed you, you know. I just want to get to know you better and read you. But the last thing I need from you is to think that I need you. A king wants a queen. And I see that when I see you. I do my own thing. So at times I might leave you. But it's like I never left the next time that I see you. So don't you ever think I ain't doing what I need to. Nah. I ain't trying to deceive you. I want to be able to reach you if need to. Now you deserve the world. So I go and get it just to receive you. Let him think about that. Get it right, grab a pen, get this right. I don't do calls, I'm the type to text at night. You get a reply and that might just make your night. Nah, I'm just playing. Yo, we've been through stitches, we've been through pictures, we've been through pinches. But I ain't bitching. She said things have changed and I agreed. But not everything, cause in us I still believe. That's part of the Love Letter Project. Can I that? Not really good with my left. I do it twice as fast as my right. Thank y'all everybody for tuning in. It's your boy Stitches NBC.
Your boy Brutal Key.
And thank y'all guys all. I love you all.
See you next week.
Remember one thing, that ambition is worth more than talent.